Daemon's most savage moments. House of the Dragon recap. He's a prince, a warrior, a rogue, feared by his enemies, loved by some, hated by many, but always unforgettable. Welcome to the channel. Subscribe if you love House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones, and deep dives into Westerosi lore. Let's begin. He is Daemon Targaryen, the rogue prince. And in the chaos of House of the Dragon, he has carved out a legacy not just with sword and dragonfire, but with savagery. From slicing through enemies without mercy to betraying his own blood, Daemon's path is paved in blood, defiance, and shocking audacity. This is the full recap of Daemon's most savage moments in House of the Dragon. Brace yourself, because this Targaryen plays by no one's rules. The rogue prince rises. From the moment we meet Daemon Targaryen, it's clear, he's no ordinary royal. You'd expect a prince to be polished, political, and poised. But Daemon, he's violent, unpredictable, and dangerously charismatic. He's the younger brother of King Viserys I. And while he serves as commander of the City Watch, he doesn't just clean up King's Landing, he purges it. In one night, Daemon leads his gold cloaks through the streets, delivering brutal justice. Hands are chopped off, tongues sliced out, and criminals are butchered in full view of the public. It's not law and order, it's a blood-soaked message. The streets belong to me. Daemon doesn't play politics, he plays power, raw and ruthless. The mockery that started a war. Daemon isn't just savage with a sword, he's savage with his words. After Queen Aemma dies in childbirth, and Viserys' newborn son also dies just hours later, most grieve in silence. Daemon, he goes to a brothel, and toasts the dead baby as heir for a day. Yes, you heard that right. Heir for a day. It's a savage, tasteless jab at his brother's tragedy, and it enrages King Viserys. He banishes Daemon from court. But Daemon doesn't sulk or beg forgiveness. He mounts his dragon, Caraxes, and flies off like the mad prince he is. This isn't just cruelty, it's calculated rebellion. Daemon wants the throne, and he's not afraid to tear the family apart to get it. War in the Stepstones, dragon, blood, and bravery. While the court plays politics, Daemon wages war. In the Stepstones, pirates and the Crabfeeder, a sadistic warlord, are threatening Westerosi shipping routes. The realm hesitates, but Daemon, he charges into battle, and what follows is one of his most savage victories. Daemon fights for 3 years, leading bloody assaults with Caraxes, his monstrous red dragon. But the most brutal moment, when he refuses help from his brother, then goes solo into enemy territory as bait. With arrows raining down on him, Daemon slaughters dozens of enemies, cuts through their lines, and drags the Crabfeeder's mutilated corpse out of a cave in front of his army. No words, no speech, just violence, dominance, and dragon-backed fury. It's a message to Westeros. I don't need you, I win my wars myself. The wife he hated, and her savage end. Daemon had a wife, Rhea Royce of the Vale. He despised her, mocked her, ignored her, called her bronze bitch. But one day, he returns to the Vale and confronts her on horseback. Rhea knows he's not there to reconcile. She reaches for her weapon, and her horse rears, throwing her to the ground. Daemon stands over her, silent. He doesn't finish her off then, but he walks away, letting her lie paralyzed. And later, he finishes the job with a rock to the skull. It's one of his darkest acts. Cold, personal, savage, and yet, for Daemon, it's simply a way to clear the path for his next political move. Daemon and Rhaenyra, the scandalous night. Daemon's next power move, his niece, Princess Rhaenyra. Their relationship is flirtatious, twisted, and full of fire. And one night in the bowels of King's Landing, Daemon takes Rhaenyra to a brothel, where things quickly escalate. Their encounter causes a scandal, rocking the Red Keep. But Daemon doesn't deny it. He wants Viserys to believe it. Why? Because he wants to marry Rhaenyra. To join their bloodlines. To claim the throne with her. It's not just romance, it's strategy. But when Viserys refuses and banishes him again, Daemon vanishes. Still, his savage reputation grows stronger than ever. Fire and blood at Harwin Strong's funeral. Daemon eventually marries Laena Velaryon, with whom he shares 2 daughters. But after Laena's tragic death, Daemon's ambitions reignite. Soon after, Rhaenyra loses her lover, Esser Harwin Strong, in a suspicious fire. At Harwin's funeral, Daemon stands beside Rhaenyra again. And it's there, in the ashes of 2 marriages, that they reignite their bond. Their marriage shocks the realm. It's political, it's passionate, but it's also savage in timing. Neither waits for mourning, neither cares about rumors. Daemon is done pretending. He marries Rhaenyra in secret, knowing it will provoke war. And with that, the most dangerous couple in Westeros is born. The blood and cheese incident. Now married to Rhaenyra and father to her children, Daemon becomes her fiercest enforcer. But when Prince Lucerys, her son, is killed by Aemond and the dragon Vhagar, Daemon responds with terrifying fury. He doesn't march an army. He doesn't write a letter. He sends 2 assassins into the Red Keep, known only as blood and cheese. Their mission? An eye for an eye. But it gets darker than that. They break into Queen Helaena's chambers and force her to choose which of her sons will die. When she refuses, they kill her 6-year-old son. It's one of the most horrifying moments in House of the Dragon. Daemon didn't just retaliate, he crossed every line imaginable. And yet, to his supporters, it was justified vengeance. The battle above the God's Eye, brother versus brother. As the war escalates, Daemon grows darker, more obsessed. He wants Daemon Targaryen, the man who killed Lucerys. He lures Aemon to Harrenhal, then meets him above the God's Eye Lake in what becomes the most iconic dragon duel in Targaryen history. Daemon rides Caraxes. Aemond rides Vhagar, the largest dragon alive. They clash in midair, flames roaring, wings shattering the sky. And then, in a moment of pure madness, Daemon leaps off his saddle midair, drives his sword-dark sister through Aemon's eye, and both dragons crash into the lake. Savage, insane, legendary, Daemon disappears in the waters. His body is never recovered. Some say he died that day. Others believe he lived on, in exile. Either way, it's a final act of defiance from the rogue prince. Daemon's legacy, ruthless but royal. Daemon Targaryen is more than a character. He's a myth in motion. He didn't crave peace. He craved power. And he fought for it with sword, strategy, and savagery. He fought his own kin. He killed without hesitation. He reshaped the fate of House Targaryen. But beneath the blood and brutality, there was loyalty. Loyalty to Rhaenyra. Loyalty to Targaryen legacy. Loyalty to a destiny that only he believed in. Daemon didn't want to rule alone. He wanted to rule with her. And when she fell, he fell too. The rogue prince remembered. Daemon's story is one of contradictions. He was a hero in battle, and a villain in peace. A loving father, and a cold-blooded killer. A prince of fire, and a man burned by ambition. But one thing is certain. He was never boring. In the Dance of Dragons, he was the storm that could not be tamed. And in the history of Westeros, no flame burned brighter, or more destructively, than Daemon Targaryen. That was Daemon Targaryen's most savage moments in House of the Dragon. From brothels to battlefields, from backstabbing to dragon duels, the rogue prince left a legacy written in fire and blood. Like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments. Was Daemon a villain, or the hero Westeros needed? Until next time, remember, in the Game of Thrones, some men are born to rule, and some are born to burn everything in their path.